Hello everyone and welcome to The Open Page, the place where books are never just books, they are conversations, they are mirrors, they are questions we carry into our own lives. I'm your host Sonia, and today we are beginning a brand new journey together to discuss French literature. When people hear French literature, they often imagine cafes in Paris, artists in black turtlenecks, philosophy, romance, and perhaps a little heartbreak. And honestly, they're not entirely wrong. But French literature is much more than beautiful language. It asks uncomfortable questions about society, desire, identity, freedom, and what it really means to be human. And I thought, where better to begin than with one of the greatest novels ever written, Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. Published in 1857, this novel shocked 19th century France. It was even taken to court for immorality because readers thought it encouraged adultery. Ironically, Flaubert was doing the exact opposite. He wasn't celebrating fantasy, he was exposing its dangers. At the heart of this novel is Emma Bovary, one of the literature's most fascinating and heartbreaking characters. Emma grows up reading romantic novels, not just love stories, but stories filled with castles, grand balls, passionate lovers, elegant dresses, and lives where every day feels extraordinary. She believes that one day marriage will become the beginning of her own fairy tale. She marries Charles Bovary. Charles isn't cruel, he isn't abusive, he isn't even indifferent, he's simply ordinary. He's a country doctor who loves his wife deeply, works honestly, and dreams of nothing more than a peaceful family life. But for Emma, ordinary feels unbearable. She expects fireworks, life offers routine. She expects poetry, life gives grocery lists. She expects endless passion, life gives everyday conversations. And slowly, disappointment becomes the lens through which she sees everything. The family moves to another town, hoping for a fresh start. There, Emma meets Leon, a young man who shares her love for books, music, and art. Their emotional connection remains unfinished, and when he leaves, Emma feels even more trapped inside the life she never imagined. Then comes Rodolphe, wealthy, charming, experienced. He sees Emma's loneliness immediately. He knows exactly what she wants to hear. He begins an affair with her. Emma believes she has finally found true love. She dreams of running away together, starting a completely new life. But Rodolphe was never in love. For him, Emma was simply another adventure. Instead of meeting her, he sends a letter saying goodbye. Imagine waiting with your suitcase packed only to receive a letter. That moment breaks Emma completely. But the tragedy doesn't stop here. Trying to fill the emptiness inside her, Emma begins spending money she doesn't have. Beautiful dresses, expensive furniture, luxury goods. Every purchase promises happiness. Every purchase disappoints. Doesn't that sound strangely familiar? A new phone, a designer handbag, another online order arriving at our doorstep. For a few hours, we feel excited. Then the excitement fades and suddenly we believe we need something else. Flaubert understood something extraordinary nearly 2 centuries ago. Sometimes we aren't buying objects, we are buying hope. Hope that this purchase will finally make us feel complete. Eventually, Emma meets Leon again. This time they begin an affair, yet even this romance cannot satisfy her. Because the problem isn't the people around Emma, it's the expectations she carries within herself. By the end of the novel, overwhelmed by debt, abandoned by lovers, and unable to face public shame, Emma takes her own life. Her husband Charles dies soon afterwards. Their little daughter Berthe is left an orphan and forced to work in a cotton mill. One person's fantasies become an entire family's tragedy. What makes Madame Bovary unforgettable isn't simply its plot. It's that Flaubert refuses easy villains. Charles isn't evil, Emma isn't purely selfish, Rodolphe isn't uniquely cruel. They're all painfully human. The novel asks a question that still matters today. What happens when our imagination becomes so powerful that reality can never compete? And perhaps that's a question worth carrying into our own lives. How often we are disappointed, not because life failed us, but because we expected life to resemble a story. Next time, we'll leave 19th century France for a moment and enter Instagram, TikTok, influencers, online shopping, and digital perfection. Because believe it or not, Emma Bovary may have been the world's first social media influencer without ever owning a smartphone. Until next time, keep reading, keep wondering, and remember, every great book eventually becomes a conversation about ourselves.